we doing tonight? Fans, Raven fans, Oriole fan, thank you very much for joining us here for the Raven Sports Podcast. Like and subscribe to all of our social media content. So we want to thank all of you who have joined us here. Get the hat on straight here. We're in the middle of the summer. It's a hot, ridiculously hot day in July. So it has been like 100 degrees. Like they used to tell us in the Army, hydrate or die. So stay warm, stay if you're in the heat, which much of the country is, usually the United States, as far as that goes, drink water, stay safe. Always do that as well. And then you're gonna stay safe here for the next hour, checking out some Orioles and Ravens content here as well. So definitely check this out here. Maryland football preview set August 30th, 2026. So we're going to go ahead and review the Terps. We're going to, right before the season starts, we're going to talk about that. Malik Washington, Terps quarterback, now just no longer just a freshman quarterback. Malik getting big praise from Todd McShay in terms of the camp. It's been very impressive. So could Malik Washington be going into the discussion for the NFL as far as the next level quarterbacks signed with Maryland this season? NFL preseason predictions video is September 2nd. That will be the night before. That'll be the Sunday night before the season starts. So definitely we'll talk about that. Who's going to win AFC North, AFC West, all the divisions, who's going to go ahead and win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. We'll go ahead and go over all that as well. Genesis Notary Services at Facebook.com. So definitely check that out. Genesis Notary Services at Facebook.com. Definitely to been off the grid here a couple days. So I'm taking more notary appointments starting tomorrow morning. First notary appointment back. Definitely we're going to check that out. Definitely thank all of you out there that have been watching and getting that squared away with our business in Winchester, Virginia, if you need notary help. RavenResports.company.site. That's a flagship. You can get Oriole hats just like this one on there. This particular one isn't on there, right? But the more traditional hat is there. Jackson Holiday jersey, Adley Rushman jersey, Cal Ripken jersey, Ray Lewis. That's right there. All you got to do is click the button. You can go ahead and click that and get that there. Also, to anything you don't see on there, we have Fanatics links all the time. We'll definitely have them tomorrow when the Orioles start back up here as well. And we are Legal Shield as well. Had a Legal Shield called while I was supposed to be taking time off, right? So I did take a Legal Shield call. Somebody asked me about how to sign up for Legal Shield. Great price, asked all the benefits. You guys are really missing out on great value with Legal Shield if you haven't done that already. All right. Let's get to it. The hot seat. What Ravens are on the hot seat in 2026 as well. So NFL rosters are very different as far as baseball rosters in this sense of teams, players always are fighting for their position. Football players, I mean, for the most part, I would say most of the league is basically playing on a one-year deal, right? In one sense. Even if the contract says a couple years, the contracts are not guaranteed. So most players can be taken out, whatever, right? They will just go ahead and move on from you if you are lucky to have a long-term deal. Quarterbacks, all pro players, etc. But most of these guys are on one-year deals. They go ahead and they move on. Got it. So with that as well, got Orioles on the brain. Ravens gonna have the hot seat. So what guys are for the Ravens are on the hot seat right now as well. So let's go ahead and check this out here as well. Which Ravens have it hot? Okay, so let's go ahead and check it out here. These guys, we'll talk about the hot seat. One, we're not doing rookies in the hot seat usually here as well. Oh, Mike Green. He's starting already. All right, Kenny, we'll get to Mike Green here but which guys are on the hot seat? No rookies here in this section, so we kind of just leave them off. So I mentioned them in this cold section. But which guys have it hot? So in this case, cold, right? So this is the core of your football team, this section here. Not in particular order, but it's about the order, right? This is about pours. Lamar Jackson, Kyle Hamilton, Derrick Henry, Nnamdi Madubuike, Roquan Smith, Zay Flowers, Travis Jones, Trey Henderson. There's nothing. They're going to be on your football team. You guys will definitely resign Lamar. It's taking too long for me, Kenny. Honestly, I don't know what the problem is on either side at this point, but it's taking too long for me. But regardless of the contract, this is the core of the football team. So it would take something incredible for these guys not to be on the team or in the hot seat or whatever going forward. This is cool, right? So not quite the build around of your team, but guys are in pretty good shape as far as being in the cool side. Mark Andrews, Ronnie Stanley, Roger Rosengarten, Nate Wiggins, Malachi Starks. The one where you would say in the cold section you might put is Nate Wiggins. I don't have him there quite yet. No real Pro Bowl yet. He's still on the way up a little bit, so I wouldn't quite quit him there yet. Same with Roger Rosengarten. I wouldn't put him in that category quite yet. Kind of in the cool section, but it would take something miraculous. Mark Andrews probably, even though now he's older, he's more in this category because he is got a new contract as well. Malachi Starks is the last one as well. Unlikely we don't see Malachi Starks as a Raven. Probably in the cool category. Mid. So this is like we talked about. Most of your team is in this category here as well. So these guys, if they're good, they'll be on the team. If they're bad, they won't be, regardless of their contract. The contract's not so big, and usually most of these cases where it's going to save them. What guys? This is mid. This is most of your team. So there's a lot of names here as well. Being funny. All right. Being funny. Joke of the day there. All right. Tyler Huntley, Justice Hill, Durham Smythe, Carson Vincent, Danny Pinner, Javon Wynn, Corey Bullock, Emory Jones. Tyler Huntley's probably on the team as your backup quarterback. You could argue he's the best backup quarterback the Ravens ever had. Justice Hill's probably on the team. I would be shocked if there's no Justice Hill, but he's not a lock per se because he's a backup. Durham Smythe, a backup. Carson Vincent, fighting for roster position, I would say, but probably because of his draft position, he's probably on the roster, I would say. This is the center competition when you talk about Danny Pinner, Wynn, and Bullock. That's probably right. And he's going to lead me right up to it. Emory Jones didn't pan out. We don't know yet with Emory Jones. I think, though, I would say he's probably not going to play guard now with the moves they made in the offseason. Last season, they tried him at guard. I honestly think they should have played him more, considering what you were getting at guard. I really am surprised. So for me, that's a little early to say he didn't pan out, but probably he's going to play a little bit more tackle because now you're pretty well stocked at guard. So I think you're going to see him probably at tackle unless you have injuries as well. He's probably going to do more this year, backing up Rosengarten and that. Emory Jones was last year's draft, 2025 as well. Also, midsection on the team: Devontae Walker, Jonte Wester, John Jenkins, CJ Okoye, Calais Campbell. There you go. Mike Green, Tavius Robinson, Teddy Buchanan, Jay Higgins. Again, Walker might be the third receiver. He might be the fifth receiver. Wester, I think, has got to bounce back a little bit. I think they're expecting a little bit more from him on the punt return. John Jenkins is John Jenkins. Good, solid vet. CJ Okoye. Calais may be leaping Bradrick Washington on the depth chart at the starting end. That doesn't bother me at all. Buchanan has been, Washington has been somewhat disappointing after his contract. Mike Green, I think, is going to be one of your starters right next to Trey Hendrickson. We will see about that. Teddy Buchanan, I think definitely too, he could be a starter, could be a backup. Tavius Robinson, I am not as big on Tavius Robinson as I've seen him. Some people have him as the number one next to. I doubt seriously I doubt seriously he can beat out Mike Green and Zion Young. I'd be surprised because he's just too slow. That's just fact of the matter. I think he's a guy maybe set the edge. Best hope for him, I think, Tavius Robinson is to be a guy like Jared Johnson was. Best kid. I don't even know about that. I don't even know if he's got that level of speed, but kind of like a Jared Johnson, a stay-at-home guy, a guy, if you have a Suggs on the other side and you have him, he's going to set the edge for you. He's going to mop up for you. Jay Higgins, again, made it out of rookie camp. Made it as undrafted last year. Made the team, had an injury as well. Awuzie, TJ Tampa, Keon Martin, Jalen Harkins, Keandre Mitchell, Keandre Jackson, Nick Moore. Awuzie, I think, was really good last year. Can he repeat what he did? I'm a little skeptical. As good as he was, I mean, he was really good last year, no question about it. A little bit older, over 30, so that's a concern. TJ Tampa, we've had a lot. We keep hearing how good he is at training camp. Really hasn't seen the field much. Keon Martin probably on special teams as his backup. So again, Jalen Hawkins is probably more of a lock for the team. I think with all the safeties that went out of the door, Keandre Jackson, I think, is going to be interesting as well. Good special teams guy. And Nick Moore, I think, is a lock. New contract for him. He's going to get a couple more years as well as a long snapper. Hot seats. Pretty hot for this group, in my opinion. I think all these guys are on the hot seat, I think. Eric DeCosta is here. Yes. Look, John Harbaugh is gone. Not blazing hot. I think that's the next group. But I do think Eric here has to perform. A bad start may not be good for him. There's going to be a lot of heat Eric's going to get as GM if this team, look, for years it's Harbaugh's fault. You're seeing what's going on right now with Mike Elias. Going to be a little bit warm for EDC if the Ravens don't start well, which I think they will. But it'll be interesting to see if things go left. No more now. And again, just like the Orioles situation, you survived your manager in Baltimore and as far as the Orioles, and you survived your head coach. So they're not going to be looking at Jesse Minter. They're going to be looking at you. So it's a little bit warmer. No Super Bowl like Ozzie Newsome he can hang his hat on either. So again, not fired, but the seat's warm for Eric, I think, as high as it's ever been. Rasheen Ali, I don't know if he makes the roster as well. I'd be surprised if rookie Adam Randall didn't make the roster. I don't know. Again, you're going to carry 4 running backs. You got Derrick Henry. You got Justice Hill. Who's going to be on the team. And then you got to fight with Adam Randall. Not a great runner. We'll see. He's going to have to help on special teams. Rashad Bateman got a big contract. Did not play well last year. I don't think it was all his fault. I think he's good enough. But it'd be interesting to see if they even keep him, if they can trade him, if there's some interest in him still to go ahead and do that, especially with these young receivers in the early round, top 4 rounds that they just drafted. So I think they're invested in that. They're also invested in Devontae Walker. I think they feel like they can get similar production with a cheaper. It is possible. But Bateman, I think a healthy Bateman is better than all these options. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Bateman. Broderick Washington, hot take here. It wouldn't shock me if he didn't even make the roster. I mean, he's kind of hasn't played well. I see on the current depth chart, he's behind Calais. That's not official until they actually start camp, but they did extend him. His playing time has been going down. They did sign Calais Campbell. CJ Okoye is here. John Jenkins is here. Aeneas Peoples, I think he's on hot as well, but interesting to see how they feel about Broderick. And now you got a new coach. I think like the guys that, EDC drafted him, but it'll be interesting to see. Tyler Loop is a bit on the hot seat, I think, still. I think, like, had he not, missing that field goal, puts him on the hot seat. He's still young. His season was decent. I think that's not I don't mean that as a negative connotation, but I think he was decent all year, but he didn't make those big, booming, long kicks. It was kind of played it safe with him. And I think that's a thing. And then he missed the big one at the end. So let's see how much they try. I think it is a bit of a hot seat. I kind of like DaCosta. A bad start is going to be really bad for him. I think him and DaCosta, really starting well and kind of quieting things down is going to be very, very important for them. So I think that's going to be very interesting there. Definitely on the hot seat. These guys flaming hot as well. Voorhees, I think even more than Broderick Washington, if he makes the roster, I wouldn't. I don't know if he makes the roster as well. Even though he's a former starter, he's here. He just didn't play well enough. He's just not. He just didn't play well enough to start in the NFL. I don't believe the team is going to do much to keep him. He's going to get a legit shot to go ahead and back up. I don't think he's even in a starting competition here as well. Yeah, Aeneas Peoples is here. But Voorhees, just to finish the thought, Voorhees, I think if he doesn't make the roster, I wouldn't be shocked. If he does, I think it'll be a backup. I don't think he'll play much this year outside of an injury. Voorhees, I just don't think he's played well enough, unfortunately. Aeneas Peoples, question if he's a fit with the roster. It's interesting. I thought he should have played more, but with all the things they've done, they don't really have him in the plans. He's kind of lower in the depth chart. They did go ahead and make some moves in the draft as well. They did make sure also, too, they signed several guys. They re-signed Okoye. They re-signed Jenkins, John Jenkins. They signed Calais Campbell. I don't know how much Aeneas is in the plans. It's a shame because I think he's got a lot of talent. I think definitely, too, if he gets – it might work in his favor, but that seemed to be from just reading the tea leaves here as well. Hot seat for Trent Simpson. Simpson, I thought it's played as best as I've ever seen him at the end of last season. So why is he on the hot seat? He's in a contract year. So it's a lot of pressure on a player playing for a contract going forward that hasn't started. So will it be a true linebacker competition? I think so. It's possible he could come out of training camp as the starter. And if that, he's got pressure on him even still, playing for a large contract with the Ravens or somebody else. Interesting to see. Teddy Buchanan, interesting to see how that plays out. Adiza Isaac, yeah. Can he play? We still haven't even seen him, I think. Barely even in camp is he played. I don't know if he's even played in training camp games as well. So interesting to see what happens there with Adiza Isaac. I would doubt he makes the roster. The best chance I think with him to make the roster is if he's on IR again. They might stash him on IR or something like that, or it's an injury of some kind. He's been getting hurt a lot. Have him there. Marlon Humphrey. Somewhat surprised he's still on the roster. I think it kind of speaks to the depth of the position. Very fascinating year last year with Marlon. Marlon struggled in man-to-man more than I've ever seen him last year. Not great in man-to-man. Marlon's still here because he is the guy with the picks. 5 interceptions, I think it was last year from Marlon. So it's the tradition of this franchise to have a guy that can take the ball away, and that's the guy that can take the ball away, Marlon Humphrey. So interesting to see how Marlon does going forward. I think it's definitely hot. I would be very surprised if this wasn't Marlon's last year as a Raven. If he plays past this year, I'd be surprised. So I do think Marlon's probably playing for a contract somewhere else as well. As great as he's been all these years, definitely too. Look, Marlon's a top 5 Raven, I think, as far as his position goes, all time. Top 5 as far as corners. So maybe one of the best 1 or 2 corners ever. But I think he's possibly on the downside. I think you may look to Wiggins and Awuzie to go ahead and start as well. Chandler Rivers, a rookie, is going to get a lot of time there as well. There you go. The hot seat. So, what Ravens do you think are on the hot seat? Kenny thought Mike Green should be on the hot seat as well. I think Marlon, has served as well. I hope he plays. It's possible he could play better this year, but they're going to have to see more from Marlon. I think it's pretty hot for him. I think it's pretty hot for Eric DeCosta. I think it's pretty hot for Trent Simpson as well. Those guys, a lot of pressure in the NFL. So, like, when guys actually get a chance to play, need to play well in the NFL, a lot of the hot seats. Okay. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more football in. We're charging through our list, the top 10 players at each position as well. So this is left and right guard, top 10 guards in the NFL. A little ambiguous. I see lists that it's a little different here. The top tier, I think, are fairly easy. There's a decent players at this position now. I would say that. I think this was a little harder for some people as well, but I'm looking at win rate. I definitely looked at the win rate. I think, as far as that goes, obviously you look at the PFF grades for these guys, and also to way out idea, what do they look like on the field? Eyeball test. What do these guys look like as well? Guards are so important. You saw it last year with the Ravens for sure. How important was it that Daniel Falele is no longer on the team? And Voorhees, we just talked about struggle. So what's one thing the Ravens did? Upgrade their offensive guard position. It's very important here as well. So let's take a look at the guys that are the top 10 in the NFL. Top 10, Trey Smith of the Chiefs. So look, they let Joe Thuney go. They signed Trey Smith, a much younger version of Trey, a younger player. The Chiefs were so good for so many years, guard to guard. That's kind of been their trademark for a long time. Trey Smith, not as good last year, frankly, as he's been in years past. Not too worried about it as well. This guy's a mauler next to Creed Humphrey. I think definitely too. I think he's going to be much better this year, fighting some injuries. The Chiefs as a whole fighting some injuries. I'm not too down on Trey Smith. Excellent run blocker, I think. I think Trey Smith definitely too is going to help them in the run game as well. They actually have a better running back this season. So I definitely like Trey Smith more this year. I think the Chiefs, I don't know, as well, but in general, but as far as a top 10 guard, I definitely would have Trey Smith on my list. Trey Smith, number 10. Number 9, Landon Dickerson of the Eagles. Again, not quite his best outing last season as well. So the Eagles line much ballyhooed for so long that they were the best offensive line. You could say them. You could say the Lions. So they weren't as good. Some of these guys are getting older as well, but this is a staple point, I think, for them. Looks like just got a new contract here in the offseason. I definitely think Landon Dickerson is the real deal as well. I think I like a lot of these Eagles here. I definitely have them. But again, injuries, I think, factored in last year. But I definitely think Dickerson is number 9 for the Eagles. Number 8, Gray Zabel of the Seahawks as well. So this was a guy, small college guy that played at a good program in college for sure. I think it was North Dakota State for Gray Zabel, and played a little tackle, put him in a guard, and I think the rest is history. This guy is an incredible run blocker. Incredible. The pass blocking honestly still needs work, but he's so good as a run blocker. It helped the Seahawks run game so much last year, keeping Kenneth Walker healthy. One of the weaknesses that they had was the offensive line, which is why you take a lineman early. Gray Zabel made a huge difference, and I think this is an ascending player. This guy, I think the best is still yet to come as well. but the run blocking is just so good. You could put him, if this is just run blocking, you're putting him in, I think, much higher than that. I think he's phenomenal pushing people back off the ball as well. Zabel, I think, is fantastic. Number 8, Great Zabel for the Seahawks as well. Tyler Smith of the Cowboys. So you see that number 73. I think of the great Larry Allen whenever I see Cowboys player number 73. Tyler Smith, I think, is a real rock star. He's somewhat over. You know, I don't see like incredible dominance out of him all the time as well. Again, great run blocker. Great run blocker. I think like Zabel, a better run blocker than Zabel. That's, you heard what I just said about Zabel. So I think that's good. Better at run blocking as well. He's not as great of a pass blocker. And I don't know about the upside as much as that. I think he's just solid, decent as a pass blocker. But he's such good clearing those lanes. And this is what a guard does, by the way. So me saying that doesn't mean like you're not top 10, because this is what a guard does. Guard goes ahead, clears those lanes, and etc. I think Tyler Smith is a staple for the Cowboys for years to come. I think they're absolutely lucky to have him. 332 pounds, huge, phenomenal. I definitely like Tyler Smith. Number 7. Number 6, Peter Stronsky. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So, I mean, looking at this guy in the draft a few years ago, definitely he played tackle in college. So some of these guys go out into the NFL and they make really good guards. That's what you do a lot of times. So that's what the Ravens kind of thought with Emory Jones. And that's what I think that is happening with Peter Stronsky as well. So this guy's an excellent pass blocker. And again, he's got a history of playing tackle before. So, and I think he's also ascending, 24 years old for the Titans. I think this guy's definitely going to get an extension from the Titans, and this is a guy that you can build around going forward. So, sure, Cam Ward's happy to have him as well. A little bit fleet of foot. The only question is, can he get stronger and get more dominant as well? So he's about 315, 310-ish. Not huge like a Tyler Smith type, like the road grade type. This is more the pass blocking type, but he's really good. I think number 6, Peter Stronsky of the Titans. Joe Thuney, qualified, certified, bona fide. No questions about Joe Thuney. Joe Thuney, I think if he was to play tackle, I think it's a possibility that he would be one of the better tackles in the league. I think that much of Joe Thuney as far as what he can do. Why is he so low then on the list? He's 33 years old, had some injury issues as well. Terrific pass blocker as well. I think this is the best pass blocking offensive guard rather in the NFL, Joe Thuney. I think he's fantastic. So I think this guy, you do question the age a bit. That's kind of a thing, but I don't see any signs of slowing down. I think he's definitely got 2-3 more years where he's going to be top 5 as well. As long as he can stay healthy, guys. And again, that's a bit of a concern. Obviously, as you get older, you get nicked as well. So you got to bring that up with older players, like as far as that goes, even when they're really good, you got to bring up the fact that, if they have injuries as well. Kevin Dotson. Yes, Kevin Dotson. The Rams' offensive line isn't one that's talked about as much as far as having a really good line. The Rams have a really good line as well. Kevin Dotson is a terrific pass block, a terrific run blocker as well. Definitely, he gets his hands on you. Honestly, I see him, and I don't see a refined technical guy, but I think it's just all strength. I think it's all strength and technique with him. I don't think he's a guy like, the phenomenal hands and every hand placement and all that all the time. But he can definitely get you in the run game as well. Solid in the pass blocking. His PFF grade is like 67.7. I think he's a little better than that. I kind of think that, not a phenomenal pass blocker, better run blocker than pass, but I really like him as the pass blocker as well. That's why I have him at 4 for the Rams. Could he be going against Aaron Donald every day in practice? We will see about that. Quinn Mears for the Broncos. I think any one of these three at the top could be at number 1. Mears, I think, is a complete all-around offensive lineman. That's a big compliment that you can give to him. I think he's kind of even been underrated by a lot of circles. This guy for the last several years has been really, really good. Excellent run blocker as well. Excellent pass blocker. I think he's fantastic. Period. I think he's a better pass than run, but I think he's about an 80 in both. I think if you actually grade him, never misses games, really snap count, fantastic. I think he was the 7th most snaps of anybody in the NFL last year. So I definitely think Mears. One of the reasons the Broncos and Bo Nixon, those guys are having success is the offensive line in Denver. I think Mears, is an excellent player for them as well. Number 2, Quentin Nelson for the Colts. I make great fun of the Colts. I make great fun of the Colts as well. I definitely, I don't know what you want me to say about Chris Ballard as well. The jury's still out on that too. The jury is not out on Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson, I think, is a beast as well. Quentin Nelson, this guy just tossed. I mean, you want to watch defensive linemen get tossed in a whole football game as Quentin Nelson. It's hard for me to unsee his physical dominance at times. That's kind of why he's higher than the rest. The numbers aren't always playing out for him. It seems like he's taking downs. I don't want to say taking downs off. He's not as always dominant, but man, when he is, man, it really looks good. Really pushes guys down the field. Really has great dominance there as well. Keep him healthy. I think that's phenomenal. I think that's some issues there. He's had some health issues. Team isn't real good, and he's 30. But Quentin Nelson is still Quentin Nelson. I love Quentin Nelson. I think Quentin Nelson is a fantastic guard there as well. Number 1, Chris Lindstrom of the Falcons. I think it was a little bit closer this year, but I'm still going to leave Lindstrom at 1. I think Lindstrom does everything well. I've been saying throughout this whole list, this guy's a better run. This guy's a better pass. Lindstrom, it does not matter. He can block. If you want to run the whole game, he'll go ahead and maul you. If he wants to throw the whole game, he'll go ahead and stand up and do it. I think the numbers pass blocking aren't as good. I don't care. I don't see that. I think this guy is tremendous as well. I definitely think if there's one guard in the league, I think this is the best offensive guard in the NFL right now. Chris Lindstrom of the Falcons. Dirty Birds get the number 1 player as well. No Ravens. Well, last year, obviously, that was just bad. Not going to keep beating on Falele. I feel like I'm doing. But, the offensive line production guard wasn't there. Much better this year. Much more optimistic. John Simpson, solid offensive guard. Not a top 10 guy, but solid. I would say top 25. That's about right. If I did 25, and you got the number 1 pick, I think, as far as in the draft, as far as offensive guards, Ione. So that's good. And these guys are phenomenal here on this list. So next week, the centers. We don't have a center either. That sucks, man. Still not having Linderbaum. And I don't care if Cheney says it or not. It still sucks not having Tyler Linderbaum on the football team. All right. Orioles. New prospect list. So we just had the draft. So this is kind of why we're doing this week. I kind of debate this a little bit when to do this. I think almost a point where it would be cleaner is to do it after the trade deadline, because that's when you it'll almost be cleaner. There's a charge if you had it after the trade deadline, but I think talking about it before the trade deadline is good because you are going to be trading some of these players if Mike Elias is going to do what he says he's going to do, and that's go ahead and buy some of these players going forward. So it'll be interesting to see if that actually happens. Also, too, the prospect list, and we'll get to it here, it has been a lot of movement as well. So I heard Jason Locken Forrest say this. Check out Big Play if you haven't seen it. His new venture there as well. Shout out to him for coming on the channel. We appreciate that. And I can say, what are you buying with, right? If you're going to go ahead out here and play in the trading deadline game and get some players, you no longer now, for the first time in Mike Elias' career as GM, you don't have the best prospect pool in MLB to pull from anymore. So now, like, you have to do it. One of these guys that we're looking at may leave that you may need. So it's not just, okay, well, we got 3 or 4 of these prospects or whatever. Interesting to see lots of movement here as well. And you just had a draft of players. So let's go ahead and check it out. Our new prospect list as well. All right. Honorable mention. These guys are on the radar. They're not right now. I wouldn't put them in the top 10, but definitely look at Esteban Meja. Definitely before this season, this was a guy like we had him in the top 10. There was a lot of people liking him. I mean, he was phenomenal at the lower levels. This is why you have levels and things in minor league baseball. They've moved him up this year, and he still kind of struggled a bit. So I think that's why he's not in the top 10 right now. The stuff is still electric, I would say. So he's at Delmarva. The stuff is still electric, but it's a bit more of a struggle for him this year as well. But still, we're keeping an eye. I definitely think he can turn it around. We've talked a lot about Vance Honeycutt, and we've talked about Griffo Farrell. Also in that draft, how they've struggled. Also in that draft is a guy, Ethan Anderson is emerging. He's got, I think, almost 20 home runs so far this year. So he's been good. So definitely, let's keep an eye on Ethan Anderson as a guy as possible trade bait as well. Look, pretty deep now I think in catcher prospects. I think if you do have something, you do have several names behind the backstop that you might want to take a look at. Victor Figueroa has been fantastic a lot of this year in Frederick as well. A little bit older. I think sometimes it helps if a guy's 24, 25 is Frederick, so it's a little bit indicative. So I need to see him go up a level for me. Nestor German, I think, with that flamethrower arm as well. And we're still kind of waiting on Enrique Bradfield Jr. as well. Possible he could get a cup of coffee. We can just get him on the field as well. All right, let's go. Top 10 list. Number 10, Eric Booth, the brand new first-round draft pick of the Baltimore Orioles as well. I know some of y'all didn't like the pick of Eric Booth. So I get it. So I understand we all want the pitcher. We all wanted the pitcher. So I do get that. This guy, like, watch film of Eric Booth. I think you there's no way you're not impressed with him. I didn't like it. I said it the other night when we did the stream. I didn't like it as much as I would have liked Drew Burress, but I don't have too big of a problem with the Eric Booth. Tim Toolsy, kind of the same stuff, the same reason you see Ike Irish drafted so high. It's tough to just see him and miss the tools. Bat speed, fantastic. Running speed, fantastic. All 5 tools that a baseball player need. He has it. Still very young as well, but I think he's a good young player So I think that's interesting to see. I'm definitely having him in the top 10. I don't think you have 10 better prospects than Eric Booth. If you can get him signed. So that's the big thing. JT Quinn, name to look at as far as trade. JT Quinn, right-handed pitcher, better start. I mean, ERA is up 3.2, 3.2. I'm sorry, 3 and 2 rather, in front of 3.79 ERA. 16 starts for them as well. 81 strikeouts, and more strikeouts than inning pitch. WHIP is 1.17. Look, this is where your hope is as far as getting a guy who is a good, solid pitching prospect. Now, history shows a lot of trades these guys. Like, because teams always want pitching and calls like that. So let's see how much he's willing to get rid of JT Quinn. Quinn has been really good for them as well. I think Quinn, not quite as good as the next guy on the list, but really eye-opening as well. Great stuff as well. My boy, Creed Williams. Creed has been fantastic. I don't know if he has if this is the last time I get to talk about Creed Williams as an Oriole prospect. It has been my honor to watch this guy. It's just so much fun to watch it. Like, just I think Tony Pente said it when we had him. He's just fun to watch. Got the hair, not in great shape, kind of like has fun playing as well, and he has real power. I think this is not a joke that he's hitting so many home runs. I think I don't understand. I don't even get the snarky comments as much as I used to when I would say good things about Creed Williams. I definitely believe he has MLB career for sure. 23 in the Miami, so he's in AAA. He's not like it's as well. I think on another team, another situation, I think he'd already actually be in the majors with his stats. I'm pulling it up now. Like, how many home runs? I think it's 13 last. Let's say, yeah, 13 home runs, 41 RBIs last I saw it at the break. Outstanding. I don't think he has, with the Orioles already situation, you already have Adley Rutschman and you already have Samuel Basallo and you already have two first. So I don't know how much he's going to play here. I think that's why they haven't brought him up. You don't want to just bring him up just to sit him, and then that doesn't make sense. So that's why I think he's still in AAA as well. Boston Bateman, big country, big, tall, left-handed pitcher. Great stuff. Great stuff. I definitely think 3 pitchers that the Orioles have as well in there, and in Frederick are 2 in Frederick right now. We're outstanding. 20 years old. So upside is absolutely there. Throws the ball very hard. 85 strikeouts in 13 starts, 3.79 ERA. So again, kind of like Quinn, not this good lately, but I definitely think there's a lot of potential there still. I'm still a big buyer on Boston Bateman as well. For sure, you're going to get calls about that kid. There's no question about that. Well, if other teams would be interested in him, there's absolutely no question about it. As well, number 5. Oh, I got the list wrong. So that's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 6 is Estrada. Estrada is definitely top 6 prospect. There's no question about that. Estrada is, I think, definitely 2. He definitely has major league starter written all over him. I think playing second base, I absolutely see him actually getting to the big leagues at some point. I don't know if he's a stud in the majors. But definitely, too, I look at a guy like Joey Ortiz. I can definitely, like the former Oriole prospect had now with the Brewers, I definitely could see that. Definitely a guy who would go to the majors and play in the infield and hit you about 260. Good all-around stuff he's got as well. 14 home runs, 46 RBIs, power potential. I think some years he's going to give you some power. So I definitely think that's possible there as well. For Estrada. Number 5, Luis De Leon. De Leon, I think I'm still buying. That's why I still have him so high. He hasn't popped the eyes as much this year as well. Let's see. Pulling up his stats now. So base hawks haven't been very good. So the stats are a bit down, but he's still is a flamethrower. 100 miles an hour for sure from the left-hand side. That doesn't just grow on trees. ERA a little bit up as well, but I'm still not too concerned. 23 years old. I kind of see more of a reliever. I know nobody ever wants to hear that, but definitely too, he's definitely got fantastic stuff. I'm sorry, got that wrong. He's a left-hander, not a right-hander. I'm sorry about that. So, but definitely too electric stuff as well. So the pitching, I think, is catching up here to the hitting. Nate George, top 4 prospects. Nate George has just been battling injuries this year as well. So he's been out for a bit. I think he's back. Did Nate George come back? I think like that, but he's been battling injuries. This guy's a phenomenal hitter. I don't think there's any question about it. This guy, he's still really, really young. So, I mean, I definitely think that's something that you look at here. But before he went out here, 15 stolen bases, 293 average. Nothing to worry about with Nate George. Nate George, I think, is phenomenal speed. Definitely, he's a leadoff hitter. Just got to get him healthy back on the field. I'm still leaving him in the top 4. I think Baseball America, I think, still has this guy as a top prospect as well. I got to put Joseph Dursware, left-hander, ahead of him. Fantastic, period. I mean, this guy is just blowing people away, period. He just was in Frederick and just overmatches everybody. It's just like a way back in the day name. I kind of reminded of Arthur Rhodes, like with that. Arthur Rhodes wasn't a great major league starter. I'm not saying he won't be from the left-handed side, but like minor league pitching was just too much for him. And that's kind of what it looks like with this guy as well. Left-handed, 22 years old, 7-2 this season in between now at Chesapeake, 86 innings pitched, 106 strikeouts. Terrific. I think everybody's taking notice. I think he's reached the top 100 in Major League Baseball. I think this guy is unhittable at the minor league level. I think definitely probably you're not going to see him. It's possible he's in Norfolk this year the way he's going. I definitely think he's that good. I still don't have him ahead of the top 2. Wima Aloy and Irish 1 and 2. Irish, I think, is the hitting potential of these two are really, really good. Had to get the phone there. Wima Aloy and Irish are really, really good. Excellent potential for both of these guys, so I really like both of them. Defensively, Aloy has a position. I have him at shortstop and third base. I do think they're going to look at him in third base because you don't have anybody right now at third base. You have the injured, a guy with a lot of injuries right now at the major league level, Jordan Westberg. Right now, Kobe Mills really struggled. So I think at some point they're going to look at him at third, although he's pretty much played short all this year. Irish, he's listed in the outfield. He's a college catcher. I think these two guys are phenomenal here as well. I like Aloy a little bit better, mostly because of the defense. Offensively, they're both terrific. Absolutely. Power potential, definitely too. No question, you're going to see these guys in the MLP at some point. There you go. All right. So thank you guys for that as well. So those are your new prospect lists. Keep an eye on them for trades. Possible. We'll see. But those are some of the names as well. More pitching on here, I think, than we've seen. Quinn, I think second round pick last year. Tuirsa, second round pick last year as well. Bateman really doing well. De Leon, getting some pitching. Not major league ready by any stretch. Possibly by next year, some of these guys may be ready. And so we will see that as well. Orioles Report. All right. So the Orioles have been on the All-Star break. They start tomorrow. There was one game tonight, it looked like. The Mets and the Phillies as well. So definitely check that out. So definitely starting tomorrow. Let's take a look here. Seems like we'll be talking about him a lot on the IL. So they finally did take Geraldo on the 60-day IL and option him outright to Norfolk as well. So definitely absolutely, I think he's going to stay at Norfolk for the majority of the season here, unless there's an injury. Transfer Keegan Aiken from the 15-day DL to 60-day DL. Acquired Cam Sanders from Pittsburgh in exchange for cash. Option Champ Sanders and Nick Say to AAA Norfolk. So Keegan Aiken's gonna have Tommy John. It doesn't surprise me that he's doing Tommy John. He just didn't look right to me all season. It just didn't look like the Keegan Aiken we saw. He was struggling, had some injuries. I think he tried to pitch through it. Some of these guys, they don't always go for the surgery. Can anything else be done? Et cetera, et cetera. So that's the thing as well. We'll see about that. Can he come back? I think at some point, sure. But definitely too. It won't be in 2026 or 2027. I think you'll see him in 2028. Maybe the end of 2027. You never know. About 16 months, Tommy John. About 16 months. I think so we're in July, probably not next year. Probably not next year until like maybe September, something like that. Draft Eric Booth for the Orioles, definitely the first round pick. We just talked about him. Very toolsy, athletic player, tie head, big, strong looking outfielder, big, strong looking first base prospect for the Wolfpack of North Carolina. Absolutely great speed as well. Dominic Forey, again, so not pitching in the early rounds, but pitching a little bit later. Also, too, getting Jimmy Roberts there as well for the outfield as well. So those are the early draft picks. I mean, there's too many draft picks to go ahead and list them all. But I think definitely to best player available. That's kind of what this organization has done. And they've had some decent draft picks. I can't really say too much bad about Michael Elias as far as drafting players. You just got to develop them. Like, these guys are making the majors, playing well in the minors for the most part. You just got to get them to be great major leaguers and get some production there. That's the hard part. The most important part, by the way. Orioles open the 2022 season in the Tampa Bay before the home opener against Toronto. Open the 2020 season in Tampa Bay before the home opening day in 2025 is against Toronto on March 25th. Home opener is March 29th against Toronto. So you open the season in Tampa, and also too, you're going to go ahead and open the home season in Toronto. Why is the schedule out, Major League Baseball? What are you doing? I've kind of said this for years. I think they just try and beat the NFL to the schedule all the time. I don't think this is wise. Why are you scheduling it now? Why not wait so you can schedule some marquee matchups? That's what the NFL does. That's what the NBA does. That's whatever. But we are here in mid-July and we have a schedule for 2027. I don't know why you're doing. I don't know how hard it is to do nowadays anyway. As well, like, you could have announced anyway. Yeah. I'll go ahead and leave it right there. Adley Rutschman, third catcher to play in the All-Star. Third catcher to play in the All-Star game. So when I say third catcher in that game, third catcher amongst the other two that played. Langoliers and Dingler played in games well, so they had 3. So he was 0 for 1, playing his third All-Star game for the Orioles. So shout out to Atley. Good for him getting to the All-Star game as well back this year. Orioles are at the break, 46-51, 747 winning percentage, won the last 4 games, 7 out of the last 10. Orioles are 11.5 back from the first place Tampa Bay Rays that we just talked about. You're not going to first place right now. Like the Yankees, I think, are 3 games back of the Rays, and they're without their best player. So the Yankees and the Rays, I think, have not only separated themselves from this division, from most of the American League. So we'll see about that. You're very much in the wild card race right now. 28-25 at 28-25 at home. That's your home record as well. So you got winning records, especially since you won the last 4 games. You won the last 3 in a row, the last 4 in a row, rather. And so that made your record at home as well. Not as well on the road, 18-26. 2 games back entering the second half, which is starting tomorrow as well. The teams ahead of you in the wild card that are actually in the wild card right now. You got 4th there, even though you're 3 games back. But right now, if the wild card was the stat right now, White Sox would be in, Guardians would be in, the Rangers would be in, which is phenomenal, considering how they've looked. As well. This is why, like, the people think the Orioles are not out of it and all that, etc., because the Rangers are actually in it. Who's hot? Trevor Rogers, Yadier Cano, Pete Alonso as well. So not as big a thing because obviously you haven't played as well, but they played well 4 in a row. So you got the break here. So you're starting the second half with a 4-game winning streak after winning 3 in a row with Kansas City and winning your last game in Chicago. Who's not? They're still in the not category. Jackson Holiday and Tyler O'Neill, even though it was slightly better as well. Tavares has really struggled as well lately. I think that's why he's been playing less as well with Dylan Beavers back here as well. And next week, the Houston Astros and the Red Sox. Astros, I think we know some of the names, Altuve, etc. I think this will be formidable. I think this will be a real test against these 2 teams. Boston has struggled, but they are surging now. And the Red Sox really have all the elements except their offense. Their offense hasn't been any good, but they've been getting good pitching all season. And so that's why I think they're beginning to turn it around a little bit now here as well. Tough games. I think this will be 2. And you see the road record is worse than the one at home. Samuel Basallo, player of the week. A lot of people say he should have been the all-star catcher. He's still in the running for rookie of the year, though. I definitely think the way it's going lately, he's got to be, I don't know about the betting favorite over Kevin McConnell right now, but I definitely have him in the dance. All right. I'm a little worse for wear. Been tired. Definitely, and I'm gonna call you out on camera. Greyhound, y'all terrible, man. That's just y'all terrible. You can go ahead and be mad as you want. That was terrible yesterday. Greyhound bus traveling as well. Y'all haven't gotten any better. Y'all stink. Period. Won't get into more specifics than that, but y'all are terrible. All right. Thank you very much for watching the Ravens Sports Podcast. Like and subscribe. Also, Ravens Sports Podcast. We're looking at seeing if we can get on Instagram going forward as well. We're doing everything we can. I think probably when football season, we're going to be looking at having some stuff. We've been basically just doing shorts and things on Instagram. So we may move a little bit forward, do a little bit more there. And also to Apple Podcasts is coming as well. So for those of you, we've been on Spotify, but definitely too, if you guys, for all you Apple people that are in the cult of Apple, we can definitely watch the Ravens Sports Podcast through Apple Podcast. That's coming as well. Those changes probably football season as well. So definitely check that out. One other thing real quick, the Ravens Sports blog. How'd y'all like it today? Oh, y'all lied. We didn't have one because, like I said, because of the stupid buses yesterday and all the other stuff, I didn't get a chance to write. So we will have two articles tomorrow, and we'll definitely have that for you as well. Talk a little Orioles as well as they start back on the second half here. Thank you, all of you, for watching the Orioles Report podcast. You have a great day.